Good morning! The yellow-throated warblers are singing, the chipping sparrows are singing, the robins are singing. It is a glorious spring morning here in Highland County, Ohio, and we are planting shrubs. We are planting Bladdernut, Staphylea trifoliata, and Winterberry holly, Ilex verticillata. And we are doing it down here in this bottomland area, so there's some wetter soils, but that also drain fairly well. And we're doing that because that's what they like. They also like sunshine. The Bladdernut can do some part shade, and obviously the Winterberry is going to have some part shade down here too. But we're going to keep a lot of this, a nice mix of sun and shade, so we think they're going to do great down here. You can see we have two-stage protection, and that is because we are repurposing all sorts of materials. Thank you all for letting us know your methods for protection of plants. It's really great so that everyone can share information. We have these outer cages from old pasture fencing that a friend cut just like this. We were thinking, oh, we got to get that fencing out of there, but it'll be very useful since we want to plant plants, and it has been. So it's wonderful for deer, but not for rabbits. We noticed that we planted some hazelnut up at the top of this hill and they have been nipped. So we are going to add these little inner ones up there as well. And that's just because we also have a ton of chicken wire from past projects. So we are just reusing everything that we have. It's wonderful for our pocketbooks. That always makes me think of my grandma. And it is wonderful for the Earth's resources. Just because it's a little more difficult to reuse doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. We got the body power. So in this one we have a mix of both the Bladdernut and the Winterberry holly, and that is what we did for all of these. I'm going to show you here a few techniques on how we did this. And the first is this. This is a pretty good sized auger. Steve is a soil scientist. He has all kinds of augers for boring down into the soil. And this one has proved quite useful for planting in certain areas. So we have 10 of each of these plants. So this is 20 down so far on the plants, and I think we have 30 or 40 more to go in a different area. We're using some of this water since we're right next to it. Steve is putting a little bit on each plant, making sure we have good root soil contact. You can see this way we have a lot of multiflora rows. We have a lot of stuff everywhere that we will deal with over time. I think when you have a project, a piece of land that you're really working on putting resiliency back into by restoring the plant diversity, you gotta pace yourself. We have learned that. We have really busted butt at different times, and it paid off, but it also took a heavy toll on us. So these heavy planting days are about once a year is what we aim for now. So I'm going down here to one of these open ones so I can show you another technique that we have done on the planting area. If you look right in here, you can see Steve just cut stakes from live plant materials that are growing around here. And one thing that has happened in the past with cages, even big ones, if they're not secure, they bop around and they will damage the plant. We even had that with a persimmon that wasn't tied to their T-post, and it really damaged their bark. So be mindful of that. And so one thing that we did right here is just stick this through the wire, and now nothing is loose. It's really great. So that stake goes into the earth and then just through one little opening in the chicken wire, and then we're set. And obviously these big ones aren't moving. They're very steadfast in the soil for a while. So we're about done right down here. You can see we have some trash in the stream. We're gonna grab a few of those. Steve's pulling some garlic mustard that way. We always try to do a bit more tending in the area that we're working, and we're doing that down here right now because you can see This meadow area is a really preferred nesting area for sparrows and common yellowthroats. So we won't be coming in here after this so that they can have the best chance for success that they can. So we're very excited to be restoring some more diversity and to be working our bodies and getting our hands in the soil.
I have a comment that's unrelated.
Steve has a comment that's unrelated.
So you guys know this, but one thing that you can share with other people is it's a paradigm shift. You pull trash out of the stream, out, not in, and then you take woody material and throw it in the stream, because people that study that say part of our problem with streams is we've taken all the woody material out. So that's going to be something we do in the winter, this coming winter. So that's a quick preview of taking trash out, putting woody material in.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. This is very exciting. You all are not going to believe this stream stuff we do this winter. And he is exactly right. We have seen so much trash in the stream. So paradigm shift, we've moved past that. So we're cleaning it up just like you all. Here we go. And we are excited. Right, Steve?
Yeah.